Hi, this is Annie Cardone, and you are joining us on the podcast No Filter Needed. And I am with the Gypsy TikTok queen, Pashy, who has 5.6 million views on her channel, which started out as just a fun thing to do with her daughter. So we're going to take a deep dive in and get to know you a little bit better.
And so you can.
Gypsy traveller ways and cleaning is your thing. It's something you excel at.
Yes.
You know, and you've taught your daughter.
Yes.
And it's really important to you. Now tell me why.
In our traveller community, the Gypsy community, we was taught how to clean properly. And when I was back home single, living with my parents, we always used to clean all the time for my mum, you know, like even though my mum's still clean. Mm-hmm. And she'd always show us the proper way of doing it, an easier way to do it. Sometimes if I wanted to go out with the girls just up the site, I'll when mother weren't looking, I'll get the rag and I'll wipe round quick as I could. She'll come back and she'll lift that ornament up and she'll say, "I ain't done properly." She said, "If you can't do a job properly, don't do it at all, leave it. Right. I'll do it myself." And from then on, and that was a young age, I had to wash all the ornaments and pull all the settees out, pull all the bunks and that out, and give them a dust and wash all the windows, the curtains, you name it. It was top to bottom, head to toe in the trailer that we was living in, and we had to clean up. Mm-hmm. It was in our culture. We wasn't allowed out until we cleaned up, and we did do a job properly. And obviously, when I married Ray, I just carried on cleaning. And when children come along, you think it ain't as clean as it was when it was just you and him. Yeah. So you're on the go all the time. It ain't so much my Pashy because she keeps her bedroom clean in that anyway, mm-hmm. and changes her bed every other day, her bedding. But with Tommy, it just get everything out the cupboard, every toy going, and you're picking up all day long. Yeah. So I'm always on the go cleaning, and that's something I enjoy doing. Right. I never keep still. I'm always on the go. But I do like to show people my Gypsy way of life, mm-hmm. of how to clean. And years ago, like in my granny's time, mm-hmm. They didn't use products. Obviously, there wasn't hardly no products. Fairy up liquid, bit of bleach, disinfectant, probably all that. And they found ways of like getting rust off of bar stools and how to clean a cooker and do things properly with the products that they use. Mm-hmm. So I show people that kind of way of life so they don't have to go out and spend a heap of money on products when they can do it a lot cheaper, like washing your windows with vinegar and newspaper. Mm-hmm. And it brings it up shiny as anything.
My mum did teach me that one. It's absolutely brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's one of the best travellers acts that there is. Yeah. And even still, there's a lot of old travellers out there that clean their windows with vinegar. And like I said, we went in the articles for a lot of Gypsy ways on there, all my acts that I did. And I wouldn't want it any other way, Annie, sorry. No. But it's just the way we are. People say, "Oh, you're always on the go. There's no need for you to clean." But there's always, you know, as a woman, and all the women out there, you all must know there's always something to do in your trailers and houses. And I always find something to do in my place. Yeah. I'm never still. Never am still.
I can see on TikTok, on your TikTok, you're so busy. But not only that, a lot of people have reached out to you with mental health issues, with feeling anxiety, with feeling depression, and they can't get out of bed. And you've actually taken upon yourself to really help them and reach out and say to them, "Look, get cleaning something, get up, you've got to get moving." And you've been you've given them your phone number so they can ring you at any
I've done
time.
that. Yes,
and that must feel really good, actually.
Yes, it is. I've got friends now, and there's a lot of people that has texted me that they didn't want to be here anymore. And saying like all different stuff like if it wasn't for you I wouldn't be here, you inspire me every day watching your videos, I wouldn't know what to do without you. And that is why it gives us the courage to go along on TikTok to help other people out, because like not only that, there's also a lot of people out there that don't have a lot, so I do some like giveaways for people what ain't got a lot, because it helps them out, you
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah, I see
Christmas times and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And we like to help people, Annie, and we're not on there for anything else. We're on there to support each other. All women should support each other, not bring people down.
I completely agree. And you know what? I've really, as a mental health teacher trainer, I go into companies and I teach people about menopause and mental health
Yes.
and how to spot it, what symptoms to look for, and how to signpost people to the right places. But with the cleaning, this is actually a known therapy for people who are struggling with depression or anxiety, is because when you are cleaning, when you are doing something, you're focusing on that particular thing.
You're not thinking all the time.
You're not introverting.
Yeah.
Your attention is outwards. You're not inside spinning and making yourself feel worse and worse and
like
worse.
if I'm not cleaning and I'm sitting down or sitting in my bedroom, because I don't always go on TikTok live. I'll pop in, say hello, 10 minutes, I'm off again. And I'll just do my normal day-to-day videos. My option is to people what's got anxiety, depression and other stuff what's going on in their lives. I've always said, and I have said this in the articles and I've said it on my videos, going way back, open your windows and doors, put your bit of music on, have a nice clean up, take the dog for a walk or go for a walk yourself, come back all nice and fresh. Because some people do need that little bit of help, you know, and it's nice to know that you're helping somebody that's texting you to say, thank you, I did go for that walk today and it did clear my mind. Do you know what? I'm going to open my windows and doors, going to put my music on. And it helps people. That's how I always find life, because sometimes life has dragged me down and in different situations. And like I said before, I'll only be stronger and be lifted. I'll never ever be dragged back down again. And for me to carry on, I would never give up. I would never give up on TikTok, and I wouldn't give up on people. I'll always be there for people. There's no need for hate and stuff. This is what I say. You don't know what's going on with people's lives, but some people don't have the art like some women do, you know, and it's selfish, really. I find it very selfish.
I saw you recently intervene in a dispute between two younger women who've got children on TikTok. And I'm not going to say who they are. That doesn't matter. The important thing is that you are such a role model, and you went on and you made a TikTok to say, hey, enough is enough.
Yes, because like I said, you get a lot of hate on TikTok, and there's a lot of trolls, there's a lot of fake accounts using different names. You block them, you delete them, but they still open up a fake TikTok just to watch her.
Yeah.
And I do know that because IP addresses, and I've got a good friend that can get IP addresses up. And I don't say nothing, I keep it to myself. And I know because of the area that they live in, and I know where they're at, so I know who's doing it. And I say to people, there's no need to sit there and bring other people down. You keep railing on this app every day, you don't know what other people's going through. And don't keep bringing them down, and don't keep bringing your children into it to make you look good.
Do you think that actually helped? Did you think that they took notice?
I think some of them do, because someone did text me. It was only one person that texted me and said, I am sorry, Pashy, I shouldn't have brung children into it, but this person winds me up and all stuff. I said, well, just ignore it, block it, delete it, keep scrolling, take no notice, because that's what I do.
Yep.
That's what I do. I've got two accounts, Gypsy Queen Pashy 1, that's my big account, and I've got Gypsy Queen Pashy Backup, because if I ever lose that account, I've always got another account to fall back onto.
Yeah.
And it's nice to keep up, to get another account going anyway. So people do need to stop what they're doing, and TikTok needs to sort it out.
Yeah.
And stop this, because I'll tell you something, when it was a children's app and then it started off going into the adults, because the adults took it over from the children. Right. It was a lovely app, Annie, and everyone was enjoying themselves, and it just turned in from a lovely app and a relaxing app that made you want to do something every day to hate and spite and jealousy. And that's how I see TikTok with people. I really do. If I do something on TikTok, like if I want to throw money in the air, it's in my own. I'm not hurting anyone.
No.
If I want to get on my hands and knees and scrub my floor, because I don't use mops, I will do so. It's nothing to do with people what I do in my own home, but they have an option about that. They've got to do a TikTok on that.
Yeah.
Well, I use a mop, and I shouldn't be throwing money in the air, but it's banter. It's a laugh. It's a joke.
Yeah, but the good thing is when people engage, and if there's a nasty comment or a critical comment, that makes everybody else jump on to protect you. And that's
Yeah.
what makes the algorithms
Yeah.
pick up, and that's what
Yeah.
makes it go viral. So it's kind of useful, but there is a limit. And I think, it's important for people to know new laws have now been passed. There is something called malicious communication. And you can call the police, who will look
Yeah.
at the IP addresses,
Yes.
and they will find where these
Yeah.
people are.
The thing is, we're travellers, and we don't
Do that.
do that, Anna.
But you can if it starts to get out of control.
Yeah, I know.
There is that option.
I know that. I understand that.
Yeah.
But unless, like, it had to do with weapons and
Yeah.
gangs and stuff, it's a different situation. But then again, I think I'd still get out there and try and sort it myself, because you don't snitch on other people, and I wouldn't do that.
That's true. That's good. But so I really want to know your parents and Ray's parents, what they thought, and your family, when you suddenly opened up your home and your lives and your children's lives. And did they think you'd lost your mind? Or were they okay?
No. So my parents, they was like, well, what app's that then? Because they're old fashioned.
Yeah.
I said, oh, you go viral and like people watch you all over the world. Oh, well, don't get me on it. I don't want to go on cameras and things like that. I don't want to talk to the people I don't know. And then there was one day that I was on TikTok, and I said to my dad, I remember saying, Dad, I might come off this TikTok. I said, because I don't know what to do on there. I didn't know what to do on there. It just started out, and adults just started taking over. And he said, why don't you do your Gypsy way of life then? I said, Dad, I won't have a friend in the world if I'd done that.
Wow.
He said, well, give it a go. He said, because you never know, he said. He said, there's no need for people to take the mickey out of you, he said, because all travellers and gypsies, they all clean and done the old ways. He said, your mother taught you, you must know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I thought, when I come home, I thought, you know what? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to boil my tea towels. It went viral in seconds.
Wow.
In 10 minutes,
Wow.
I had like 5,000K. Do you know what I mean? That went up to like meals, that video that I done.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yes.
It was your mother that taught you how to
My
boil
mum
the
taught me,
tea
yeah, because I
towels.
used to watch my mum. My mum used to do it on the fire, make a fire and boil the tea towels up and do a washing
But
and
she
stuff
was not,
in the old
she
tubs
was not
and
on
things.
the TikToks. She didn't.
My mum would do, like back then when my mum used to do things like that. There wasn't no social media, wasn't even Facebook around. I think it was only a phone where you used to call people and they used to call you, and that was it.
Yeah.
But my mum and dad did taught me a lot in life, and I'm proud to say that I had good parents that taught me, because I wouldn't be where I am today, showing non-travellers my gypsy way of life.
And we're loving it. We're really appreciating
And as for Ray's mum and dad, oh, I like your video, what you done the other day. That's a good video, what you done.
Yeah.
I watched it, and they're always watching us on there.
Well, it's a way for them to stay connected,
Yeah.
isn't it, as well? And it's great
Yeah.
that they can get on the app
Yeah,
and they can do that.
we do have a lot of support on there.
Yeah.
And I even got my sister on the camera a couple of months ago, which I never thought she'd get on it, but I got her on it.
Oh, brilliant. Well done. Now, I know you, tough subject, you lost your mum 2 years ago, isn't it?
Nearly.
And you're still in mourning, still wearing black, which I know is you explained.
It's in our culture, Annie, that we wear black for an whole year. But in the gypsy community, we don't stay in it for a year. We end up staying it in for longer. Yes, I know there is a lot out there now that don't follow the generations, but I know a lot of the old ones do, because I know a lot of travellers that wears black, and they're still in black now.
Right.
And I can't feel to come out of the black. I have tried like black trousers, black shoes with like a white top or a pink top, and I'll take it off and end up with a black t-shirt on.
Do you think you'll ever go back to colour, or do you think this is it for now? You're just going to take your time and see how you feel?
I don't think I'm going to be out of it anytime soon, Annie.
Right.
I have bought clothes, maybe a different colour cardigan, because I know my clothes are still black. Like, I've only just wear this, and it's got a bit of black in it. But being in coloured, I think it's going to take me a little while yet because I'm not ready.
Right. I know you're very, very close to your mum. So how did it happen? I mean, it must have been incredibly painful for you. Really interested in knowing how you coped afterwards, how you found the strength to get through that.
I don't find the strength to carry on every day, but I know in my mind I've got to carry on every day. But my mum was my best friend and my world, and she was to all of us. But I'd rather not speak about my mum because I will end up in tears. And
Well, we don't want that.
yeah,
But I know, we've all got to go through losing our parents, unfortunately. And what tips would you give for people out there who are going through grief to really try and give them the strength to carry on?
there's not much that I can say at the moment because when you lose a parent, it's like losing your arms and legs.
Yeah.
And the best part of your life is gone.
Yeah.
And all I can say is you just got to get up every day and you got to try and carry on because it'll always be there.
For your children as well.
And because of my children has given me strength and they've made me carry on.
She would be so proud of you. And isn't it lovely that she got to meet your children and that she got to see your success?
She loved my children.
And that she must have been so, so proud of you.
She was very proud, very, very proud.
Yeah. It must have been quite, I mean, I know you and I have talked personally outside of this room, but we've talked about how it was quite a challenge for you to have your first child.
Yeah.
You got married, at what age were you?
I was 22 when I ran off and like jumped the broomstick sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then 2018 is when I had the white wedding.
Yeah.
But I had my Pashy girl, and then
that was years later, though, wasn't it? That was
I had Pashy, and then I got married in 2018. So she was 6 when I got married.
Yeah. So it just took a while, and it does. I mean, I went through lots of IVF. Very heartbreaking, very difficult, getting injected with so many hormones. And back when I was doing it, and it was about the year 2000, what they would do is there was no mental health support.
No.
There was no emotional support.
No, because back then they didn't call it mental health, did they? Because there wasn't nothing there for mental health.
There was absolutely nothing.
They just like gave you a tablet like a Karma sort of thing.
No,
it wasn't
terrible.
like medication it is today to help people. And that's why I think a lot of people with anxiety, depression and mental health reasons, they went to the doctors to get help, and I think that's how comes it's gone further and further on where they should have had the help back then, and like the mental health has overtook it, if you know what I mean, because they didn't have the medication then to get where they're at today, which if they had that medication back then, they wouldn't be like they are today, if you know what I mean.
Well, funny thing is, I went into menopause and it was absolutely horrific because I had sleep psychosis. Like, some women when they have children, they get insomnia and they can't sleep. Well, I had it when I went into menopause. And then I went through absolutely hell for years, and I didn't have the mental health support. No one talked to me about perimenopause or menopause. The only thing I got was, you need to go to a psychiatrist, you need to take medication. And actually, I wished I had listened, because eventually, about 8 years down the road, I did start taking medication.
Yeah.
I was diagnosed with menopausal bipolar, late onset bipolar, and I actually went to see a psychiatrist. And the reason I didn't for the 8 years before that was because I was involved in an organization that was against it. So in my mind, psychiatry was a really bad thing, and it always left an impression on me that if you have to take medication for something, there's something wrong with you. But the way that it was explained to me is if you're diabetic and you don't get insulin, you're going to die. Well, same thing for me.
Yeah.
If I don't take medication, if I go into psychosis or if I have problems,
it just gets worse.
I could end up dead. And it's for the last 3 years when I've been, taking medication if I need it, getting therapy if I need it. I'm in a fantastic relationship with my husband, and having that support has made all the difference for me.
Yeah.
And in your way of life, in your culture, you are very a tight-knit community and family.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's more support you guys, than there is with non-travellers.
Yeah.
Do you guys talk about mental health?
Not really, because we don't have like mental health problems.
Right.
If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
We don't. I mean, you had sad days, you have bad days, just like
You don't
any
label
person.
it. You don't label it. Okay.
No. And none of us is on any like medication
Sure.
for things like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've got blood pressure, so I'm on that for that, and I've got a gallstone, well, kidney stone, which I'm on a strong painkiller for that,
Right.
which is like a brown thing, and but no, we don't sit there and talk about things like that
Interesting.
because if you're down, you talk to one another. Like
Right.
Ray has been a great supporter over the years. I lost babies as well, and obviously losing my mum and Tommy being born early. So them kind of things, me and Ray talk about. I have a cry and have a talk to him, and then I feel a bit all right in myself again.
Right.
But then give it another couple of months down the line or a few weeks down the line, I'm back to square one again.
It
So
builds up.
yeah, so Ray is a great supporter.
He's a
And
great listener,
yeah,
actually, isn't he?
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
And you can talk to Ray about anything, and he will give you an advice what to do. And that's what I do. I listen to Ray, what he tells
Yeah.
me, and that our relationship is just stronger and stronger every
Yeah.
day.
I mean,
We've been through a lot.
did it make you strong? I mean, when Tommy was born 3 months
Oh, God,
premature,
yeah.
correct? It must have really challenged you as a family and as a couple. Did it make you stronger, do you think, going through that
It
together?
made us stronger. It brought us closer at that point as well. But we thought we was going to lose Tommy. We didn't think he was going to come out of that hospital. But to the praying Lord, he made it and he come out.
And he died a couple of times.
And he
didn't
died. Yeah, he died at home and Ray brought him back. And he died in the hospital. And the hospital had to there was a team that ran in to bring him back. And for them couple of minutes, I nearly smashed the hospital up.
Yeah.
And it was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
To see your child laying there, lifeless, nothing in him, no movement. And for them couple of minutes, I know what other people's gone through just for them couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Because that was the worstest time of my life.
Yeah.
And having him early, like I did 3 months early, it broke me.
Yeah.
Because he fitted in race and
Yeah.
it was heartbreaking. Very,
And you
very.
wouldn't leave the hospital?
I wouldn't leave the hospital. We stayed up the hospital. Ray slept on the floor, and then I sneaked into the canteen. They had a settee just up the corridor from Tommy, and they said to me, "You've got to go home," because I was up the hospital every day. And I had a nurse come up to me. She said, "You know what?" She said, "Some of these mums up here to these babies." She said, "None of them's been up here." She said, "For 3 or 4 days." She said, "There's been one that once a week because she's got to drive from Eastbourne." And so the little babies that barely see their mum and dad
Wow.
up there. And I looked at them babies in there and I thought, my good God, I couldn't do it. We was up there from the crack of dawn to the broke daylight. And we was up there all night. A couple of weeks before Tommy was due home, they said to me, "Tommy's on the mend. He's going to come home. You need to go home." Ray said, "What I do?" He said, at first he said, "Well, the thing is," he said, "Love," he said, "we can't leave them." He said, "We're not like other people." He said, we don't leave our children." He said, "But if you don't let me stay, so I'll go and get my trailers and I'll park it in the hospital car park." He said, "No, I won't leave because they can't make you leave. It's their rights."
Right.
Anyway, she said, "No, there's no need for that." She said, "So what I can do," she said, "I can give one a room, but one of yous has got to go home." So I stayed up there. And Ray don't clean up. Ray wouldn't clean up. I wouldn't have a man clean up, but God love him, he did try to clean up for me, but he made a worse state.
Yeah.
And I thought,
get
don't
it.
ever do that again.
Yeah, I get it.
But we pulled through it when we done it. But we didn't leave Tommy. We was by his side. There was one woman named Catherine. I'll never forget. I'll take her up chocolates and drink and stuff sometimes out through the year and always have a chat with her. And I said to her, "Can I just stay here tonight beside of him?" She said, "Yeah, just lay on that settee." She said, "I'll have you back in here." One woman said, "Oh, wakey, it's time to go home." Because I wasn't asleep, but I was just closing my eyes. And I said, "No," I said, "I'm staying." She come up, she said, "Oh, no," she said, "I've told her she can stay for tonight." And then the next night, and it was, it was.
So you really felt that Tommy was going to get better because of your presence?
Yes.
Much love.
I'll tell you for why. When Tommy was born and they took me down on the bed, because I had to be wheeled down on the bed, I looked at Tommy, it broke my heart. He had tubes a needle in the leg with wires. He had them all on his arm, needles in his arms. He had up his nose, stuff up his nose. He was tubed right up in an incubator, so you can imagine a little baby that big. And I, in my own mind, I thought, you're not going to make it, but I know you're strong, Tommy. You can do this. And I said, I want to go back to my room. And I sat there and cried all night and then the next morning, I said, I want to go down and see my baby. And I went down there to see him because I wasn't allowed to see him till 9 o'clock. And I had him at 17 minutes past 6 at night in the evening. I wasn't allowed down there till 11 because the first 4 hours was critical with him. Right. So they wouldn't let me go down and see him. No, he would be intensive care. Yeah, so they had to see how he went and everything. And they said he's the strongest boy that I've ever known. Wow. And he as the months went on, there was a less wire, then a less wire, then a less wire. And then before we knew it, he only had oxygen up his nose. Wow. So, and then they said, like, he had an operation, St Thomas's. He had the needle in the spine for meningitis. He had yellow jaundice 3 times. He had 3 blood transfusions. Wow. So my boy went through a hell of a lot. But look at him now. He is a strong, he's happy, he's strong. And confident. That's why I spoil him so much. Yeah, because I'd rather spoil him than visit in a grave with flowers.
God almighty, yeah, absolutely. God bless.
So I know I have got the best in life. I've got everything in life because my boy made it.
He certainly did. And what encouragement can you give to other women who are going through something similar?
Don't give up and don't ever think that you're going to lose your child, because there's always a miracle out there. And be strong, because without you being strong, then you're not giving your baby a lot of hope. You have to be strong to give your baby hope, knowing that that baby's going to walk out of hospital, and I promise you now, they're all going to be fine.
Oh, I absolutely love that. Well, I gave you a little sign the other day that had on it had written on it,
Best Mum in England.
Best Mum in England.
I've got that hanging up.
Yeah, and it's true. I look at you with the children, and it's just, they are your world. You will give to them before getting anything for yourself.
Look, I'm on here, but I've got makeup on and that, but I don't brush my hair from one day to the next. And I'm saying it how it is, because I say I am. I'm rough and ready, like me or don't like me.
Yeah.
And
no, we love you.
Yeah, but there is some people what don't. There is some people what don't. Yeah. Because what I do on TikTok, they don't like it. But
because you're successful.
At the end of the day, I will show people what I do for my children. I haven't got to show no one, but I want to show them, because there is mums out there that feel that they can't do that, or they don't want to do that, or they've lost their children, then they've got them back and that. And there is great parents out there. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So whatever my children want, I will give them. If I go without myself, I'll pick up rubbish on the street to get things for my children, and I will go without myself. I walk about with rags on. I don't care. My children will have good stuff. I have Primark.
I'm loving this. Not having been raised in a nuclear family with a mum and dad.
We wasn't brought up to have Rolex watches, pearls, diamonds, fox furs, and the top mobile phones. Do you know what I mean? I've got an Asda phone. Yeah. I don't need an iPhone. What do I need an iPhone for? It does the same thing. Yeah. Asda phone do the same thing as a iPhone. So why should I have to have an iPhone for?
You'd rather have that money go to your children.
Yeah. So in spending, I don't know, like £1,000 on the top phone, there's 500 quid each there for my two children.
That is how much they cost these days. It's absolutely crazy.
There is.
But I think this is part of why TikTok is so fascinated with you guys, is because it is what you see is what you get.
Yes.
And in a world of fake, like, influencers where they're going to hotels and pretending it's their home, flashing their money, leaning against cars that are not theirs, going into a shop and trying on clothes and then taking a picture.
Yeah, saying I bought that today.
And they've got all the fake bags.
I laugh at them. I laugh at them.
And you know, it's not real, but it's sending such an interesting message of uber materialism. And you literally don't give a stuff. You are walking around, and this is why we love you. Yeah, because you're you. You're real.
If they want,
we can relate to you.
If they want to design a bag, I say go Northfield Market.
Yeah, because it has gotten absolutely crazy. But
Oh,
that
it was stupid.
But I do believe that is why your account is the way it is, because you are 100%
What you
real.
see is what you get.
Yeah.
I mean, I do know there's a lot of people out there, like you just said, they have to put makeup on, or can't let TikTok see me with no makeup today.
Yeah.
Well, you wasn't born with the makeup.
Yeah.
You didn't put makeup on when you was born.
That's right.
So why do you have to go and put makeup on to do a TikTok for? To say, oh, look at me, I've got a bit of lipstick on today.
I know.
Do you know what I'm
It's gotten out of
saying?
hand, isn't it?
What you are is what you are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But
There ain't no ugly people out there. There's no ugly people out there.
That's true.
Everyone is lovely. And it ain't about prettiness. You got to have an art and how you treat people.
Yeah. And that's what I see you instill in your children.
Yeah.
But you and Ray are both like that. You're so open and warm and welcoming. And it's literally, you will take anybody in.
We'll take you. We do, like, I've got a friend and she comes in and help herself.
Yeah.
So if she wants a bit of toast or she wants a coffee, she go and make it.
Yeah.
You know where it all is. You can go and do it yourself. Yeah. And that's how I am in my house. Do what you want. What did I say to you the other day? Sit where you want. Do what you want in here. Whatever you want to do it.
You did say that. You did say that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I tell people, don't take your shoes off. Leave them on. I said it to you.
Yeah, that's true.
It's only a bit of lino. It's only a bit of childhood tile floors. You can wipe it over. So I'm not that queen bee. Do you know what I mean? I'm not.
No, you're amazing. But, you know, it's been so funny to me watching people react to you plasticking your everything. Your furniture, your couches, your mats. And I have sat on the couch. It's very comfortable.
So, Annie, I'm excited that you brung this one up.
Yeah.
Because the amount of hate that I've had over my plastic, I've cried to death with laughter.
Oh,
because, right, no, we never used to do plastic. My mum never used to do plastic.
Wouldn't have been available.
My mother say, I don't want that on my settee.
Yeah.
And it's right, you do live in comfort, right? But let me tell you something. When you pay your dear an expensive, I've never had an expensive sofa. I've only had cheap sofas off Facebook, things for sale. Yeah. I've had a couple of new ones, what was like worth like 500 quid or 350 delivered. Yeah. Black and white one, I had a cream one. I think they was the only new ones that I ever had because they was £350 and £500.
Yeah.
And I said to Ray, I said, do you know what? I want a new settee. He said, I'll get you one. And he went to open it and he bought me one. And it was a lot of money because he bought the extras with it. And I like the bit you sit on. Mm-hmm. He buys the leather for it. So if they wear off, which they ain't never going to wear off, and then I've got new ones to put on. So I said, I need to go and get myself some plastic. He said, come on, go get plastic. He said, what are you doing with the plastic? I said, I'll show you when I get home. Ray couldn't believe what I'd done. He said, I can't believe you've done that. He said, but that's a good idea. Because I've got something expensive, so I made sure my children had everything first before I bought that settee. So when I got the settee, I plastered it because Tommy with the pens and all that. And I thought, if he gets felt tip on that or permanent marker, you're not getting that off. And if you're scrubbing that, you're going to make the leather come off. Yeah. Now, people say to me, oh, don't that stick to you? Well, don't a leather settee stick to you then?
It didn't when I sat on it.
It don't, does it?
No.
And people think it sticks to you. But if you've got a leather settee that you're sitting on and you're sitting back, that'll stick to you more.
Yeah.
So it's no different than a leather settee than having plastic on it.
But the funny part was, you did a TikTok the other day and it was kind of a spoof and to kind of hit back a little bit at the haters, but you were showing people how to plastic their televisions.
Yeah, because you get stupid people doing things on there.
It was so funny.
And thinking they're taking the mick in that out of you. Because, like, you plastic your sofas. But they're not just taking the mick out of me, they're taking the mick out of other travellers and all.
Exactly. But
you know what I mean? It ain't just me, because I'm not the only one with plastics.
Culture. No, you're not, because I've seen other people doing it.
It's in people's cultures. It weren't in my culture, because, like I said, my mum and dad never plasticked their things.
Where did it come from? Because I see a lot of travellers
There's a lot.
that do
it come from a lot. Yeah, back in the days, the old travellers, you're talking probably before I was even born, they used to wrap their plastic up their trailer and like the bunks and the settees and things. And that's what they used to like to do, like I do, to keep it nice and clean. Mm-hmm. And when they've got men going to work, coming home, sitting all up the settees, it saves all that. Yeah. And that's why they used to do that. Yeah. But no, I never used to do it, and I admit that. But if I've got something good, I'm looking after it. I ain't going back out a month's time, paying a handful of money out to get a settee.
I love it. I think it's great.
I do me rugs because I don't stop my children from eating and drinking in my front room. And if there's plastic on the rugs and they spill in drink, and Tommy does it all the time, I've only got to wipe the plastic over. I ain't got to wash that rug. Because every day you're going to be washing them rugs, and before you know it, the rugs are ruined.
Yeah. And you'll have these things for as long as you want them.
I can have to, yeah, if I look after it, they can last for another 10, 15 years, 20 years.
So how is it for you when you get a comment or a criticism or a nasty comment? And do you go into, because you seem very level and cool and calm. Do you ever, does anything that really get you? And I don't want to say what it would be.
So if it's about Easter or Christmas
Easter.
or birthday,
the Easter
and I buy
eggs.
my children, birthdays and Christmas and Easter, I treat as Christmas. And I get my children a load of stuff, not only just for them times, but out through the year.
Mm-hmm.
And I get, oh, that's too much. It's not Christmas Day. And I'm like, but it's not your child, it's mine. I'm buying it. I'm not asking anyone else to buy it for them.
Right.
I do it. We don't ask nobody for nothing on there.
Yeah.
And what we do for our children is coming from me and Ray, not from anyone else. And if I get an hate about my children, either me or Ray will do a video saying we buy them what we want or we do what we want. But 9 times out of 10, Annie, I'll block and delete them.
Perfect. It's the best
and then
way.
they ain't got to come back no more.
It's the best way. But, it was interesting how some of the comments that I read were, well, there are people starving in the world and can't afford anything. So here's the thing that I don't understand. So they don't want anybody else to have anything.
So we're not allowed to eat. We're not allowed to have nice stuff. If it's off the market, a boot fair, Oxfam shop.
No one's allowed to have anything.
Oh, no, we're not allowed to have it.
No one's not allowed to have anything because we haven't got anything. And I think a lot of these, like you say, they're fake accounts. They're rage baiting.
Well, it's like Easter when they said, my children only had 1 egg or they only had 2 eggs. You got 12 months of the year because Easter is out. Stuff comes out in January. Sometimes in December, the Cadbury's cream eggs. And between Christmas and Easter, you can't go and buy 5 or 6 eggs or go in the pound shop and buy them a few bits.
You can save up a little bit, can't you?
But exactly. But they've got money for fags, nails, hair,
there you go.
drink, nights out.
Yeah.
They've got money for that because I've seen it.
Yeah.
And then they're on there begging because they ain't got nothing for the children.
Or criticising you for giving to your children.
And then
It doesn't make any sense.
It don't make sense. It's because they're hooked up on what they want to do because it's all about them, half of them, and not the children. Put your children first.
Yeah, I agree. The nice thing is you don't just put your children first. You are active in giveaways. There's also Help for Harley.
Yes, I've done the Hope for Harley Easter giveaway. We've done that. We've done Ray done a challenge on Hope for Harley. So there has been shout outs and stuff for the baby,
So
and
Hope
he
for
will
Harley,
get the help.
Tell me about that charity. What's happening with Harley?
He needs an operation, and it's only in America that can do it. But he needs like 2 million, something like that, for the operation.
And they can find him.
Yeah,
his account
but I
on
know
TikTok.
there's a lot of people, and I love my hands up to them people. Well done to them for doing what they're doing on there to get the money, to raise the money for that little boy. And but yeah, we do need a serious operation, and time is running out, and he needs it. But he will get it because there's miracles out there. People are helping, and God's good.
And people can find Hope for Harley on TikTok.
Yeah, they can find it on TikTok. There's links on there, and you go to the bio, and you can donate money on there, which I done years to give away, and everyone had to go and donate whatever they could, £2, £1, £5, whatever, to win the giveaway. So I've done the giveaway on that.
I know there was an event last night, so let's hope they made
There was
money.
There's been a loads of events going on.
Great.
There was a couple going on last night, and there's more coming up. Events for Hope for Harley.
Well, I am so thrilled I found your account. I'm so
Thank you
thrilled
very much.
that we connected.
And I've been enjoying the company with you, our messages, our phone calls, and I hope there's plenty more to come.
There will be. You know, you are...
Even if it stays as friendship.
You are such an inspiration. There's always friendship. We're bonded now.
Yeah,
I feel an honorary traveller community member. If there's a badge I can wear, I would wear
There's
it.
There's a lot I can learn, yeah.
I think I need to learn some cleaning tips.
I'll come round.
You're going to come round.
I'll clean for you, and then you can watch me, and then you can do them.
I'm going to clean before you come round and
No,
clean.
don't be silly.
I will.
I don't take the notice. I like to clean. I love to go into an house that is filthy, rotten, rubbish everywhere. I'd love to go in there and clean it.
Do you hear that, everybody? So if anyone's got a really
Message
grubby
me.
house, we will come to your house and we will get it pashy clean. So if you want to sign up for that, leave us a comment. But thank you from myself and from everybody on TikTok for opening up, for showing us behind the scenes, for sharing your life, for sharing your family, for sharing your beautiful Gypsy culture. It's something you should be very proud of, and I'm very proud to have done this
Thank you very
interview.
much. And I'm very proud how far I've come on TikTok,
Yeah.
and how I've come so far meeting good friends. There is some lost ones there, but we won't go into that.
No.
But the real ones have stayed. So I just want to say a big thank you to them, and thank you, Annie, for having me on your show and doing what we're doing now. So
well, we'll be doing it again. So
thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you for tuning in. No filter needed here. We went straight down deep and got the real backstory on this beautiful family. I want to thank Pashy and Ray and little Tommy and their daughter Pashy for coming along and sharing their lives with us and sharing their stories. And tune in for more. We'll be coming again soon.